I stand in a dark room. Albert Einstein stands next to me. My heart beats fast and I feel strong fear. Flames rise up to the ceiling. Are we going to die now? This story is told in simple American English. Subtitles are available in almost every language. Turn them on to understand everything. I am still a boy, and my life is very normal. Every morning I go to school and sit in the same room as always. One day our teacher says we must do an internship from school. Everyone starts talking at once. Many already have ideas. I sit very still. I feel pressure in my stomach. I do not know where I should go. In the afternoon I walk home. I sit at the table in the kitchen. My parents are there. I tell them about the internship. They listen quietly. They ask where I want to do the internship. I do not know. I have no idea. My dad suggests I come to his workplace. But I do not want that. I have no desire for something normal. Then I say something that sounds strange even to me. It hits me like lightning. I say that I want to write a letter to Albert Einstein. My mom smiles. My dad smiles too. They think the idea is nice. They tell me that. But I see it in their eyes. They do not really believe it. They mean well. They do not want to hurt me. Still I feel small. Later I sit alone in my room. It is quiet. The window is open. I keep thinking. The name Albert Einstein is back again. It feels big. It feels far away. The thought is crazy. Yet it will not let me go. I take a sheet of paper. I take a pen. I begin to write. My handwriting is bad. My sentences are simple. I write that I must do an internship. I write that I am curious. I write that I want to learn. I write that I want to help. While I write, I laugh softly. Nobody will answer. I know that. I fold the letter. I put it in an envelope. I walk to the door. I drop the letter in the box. After that, I do not think about it anymore. The days pass. School stays loud. My life stays small. Weeks go by. Then one morning an old envelope lies in the mailbox. It looks strange. My name is written on it, leaning to one side. My heart beats faster. I open it. I see shaky handwriting. I read slowly. I read the name at the end. Albert Einstein. I read the letter several times. I cannot believe it. He accepts my internship. I hold the paper tight. My hands tremble. I say nothing. I hide the letter in my pocket. The next morning I go to school. The classroom is loud. The teacher stands in front. She says that today everyone must tell where they will do the internship. One after another raises a hand. Someone says he will go to a bakery. Someone says she will go to an office. Someone says he will go to his uncle's workshop. Everything sounds normal. Everything sounds safe. I sit still. My heart beats loud. Now it is my turn. Everyone looks at me. The teacher nods. My mouth is dry. I think of the letter in my pocket. I slowly lift my head. I say that I will do my internship with Albert Einstein. The room goes quiet for a moment. Then someone laughs loudly. Another kid laughs too. Someone else shouts something. Suddenly, many laugh. Voices get loud. Chairs move. I sit there and my face feels hot. My heart beats fast. I want to speak, but my voice stays away. Someone says it is a joke. Someone says I am lying. Someone asks if I am dreaming. The teacher calls for quiet. It gets a bit quieter. Then it gets loud again. She calls again. Now she screams. Quiet. The room becomes still. Everyone looks forward. She looks at me. Her look is serious. She asks if that is true. I stand up slowly. My legs feel soft. My hands shake. I reach into my pocket. The letter is there. The paper is old. I hold it tight. Now I walk to the front. Everyone looks at me. I place the letter on the table. The teacher takes it. She reads slowly. Her forehead moves. She reads the name. Albert Einstein. She reads on. She says nothing. The room is silent. Nobody laughs now. She lifts her head. She looks at me. Then she looks at the class. She says it is real. A few kids say nothing. A few look away. A few look at me. Someone whispers, "Wow." Someone asks how that works. I stand there and breathe hard. I do not know what to feel. Joy is there. Fear is there too. The lesson continues, but nothing feels normal. I do not hear the words. I see faces. Some are hard. Some are curious. Some seem kind. I sit again in my seat. My head is full. After school, I go outside. The air feels different. Kids walk near me. Two laugh and say something mean. I hear my name. I walk faster. Then someone comes to me. He says that is cool. He says he believes me. That feels good. Another kid asks about the letter. I say nothing. I keep walking. On the way home, I think a lot. I think about the room. I think about the laughter. I think about the moment when all became still. At home, it is quiet. I go into the kitchen. My parents are there. I sit down. I say that something happened today. My voice is soft. I pull the letter from my pocket. I lay it on the table. My mom reads first. Her mouth opens. She says nothing. My dad reads next. He sits down slowly. He looks at me. Then he looks at the letter again. They are speechless. They ask if it is a joke. I shake my head. I talk about the class, about the laughter, about the silence, about the teacher. My parents listen. They say nothing. Then my mom says she is proud. My dad nods. His eyes are wet. We sit quietly. Then my dad asks something. His voice is calm. He asks where I must go. He asks for the address. I take the letter. I read it again. I see no place, no street, no city, only the name, only the invitation. My heart beats fast again. How do I know where I must go? I go to bed early that evening. My body is tired. My mind is awake. I lie in the dark and stare at the ceiling. The letter lies next to me. I think about the words. I think about the name. I think about the missing address. No place is written there. No street is there. I keep asking myself how this can work. I turn to the side. I turn back. My heart is calm and fast at the same time. After a while, my thoughts slow down. After a while, I fall asleep. The next morning, I wake up very early. The house is still. I hear no sound. For a brief moment, I think it was only a dream. Then I get up. I walk to the window. Outside, it is still cool. A car stands in front of our house. It is big. It is dark. It does not belong here. A door on the side is open. Simply open. My heart starts to beat fast. I stop. I blink. The car stays there. I hear steps behind me. My parents stand in the hall. They also look outside. Nobody says anything. The doorbell rings. The sound is calm. I walk there slowly. I open the door. A man stands outside. He wears a dark coat. He wears a hat. He seems calm. He seems sure. He only says my name. Not loud, not soft. Just right. I nod. I get my jacket. My mom looks at me. My dad places his hand on my shoulder. His hand is warm. I walk outside. The air is fresh. I get into the car. The seat is soft. The door closes quietly. The car starts to move. Nobody speaks. The road passes by. Houses grow fewer. The city disappears. Fields appear. Trees appear. Small roads appear. Time feels long. I look out the window. I see fog. I see light. I see shadows. I think about school. I think about the laughter. I think about the letter. I wonder where we are going. I wonder what waits for me. We drive long, very long, maybe 2 hours, maybe longer. The car stops. We are in a village. It is very small. It is very quiet. There are only a few houses. Everything looks old. Everything feels still. We stop in front of a workshop. It is plain. No sign, no name. The door is old. The window is small. I get out. The ground is cold. The air smells of oil and metal. It smells of work. It smells of time. I hear a soft sound from the workshop, a hum, a scratching. Now I stand there. My heart beats loud. I walk closer slowly. Every step feels important. A small light burns in the workshop. It is warm. It is yellow. It throws long shadows. Tools lie around. Cables hang from the ceiling. Paper lies on a table. Everywhere are signs of work. In the distance I see a figure. The back is turned to me. It is bent. It moves slowly. A messy head can be seen. The hair stands in all directions. The person bends over something. I cannot see what it is. I hear quiet breathing. I hear a soft mumble. I stay still. I hold my breath. I do not want to disturb anything. I feel fear. I feel curiosity. I feel something new. Time stands still. I do not know how long I stand there. Seconds feel like minutes. Then the figure moves a little. A tool is set down. A paper rustles. The light flickers for a moment. My heart beats even faster. I think about the letter. I think about the journey. I think that I am really here. I wonder if I should say something. I wonder if I should wait. I stay silent. I breathe slowly. The smell grows stronger. The humming gets softer. The figure keeps its back to me. I see the bent back. I see the calm movements. I feel respect. I feel small. I know something will start soon. I do not know what. I just stand there. Suddenly I feel a hand on my shoulder. I jump. My heart leaps. I turn around quickly. The driver stands behind me. He smiles calmly. His hand rests on my shoulder for a moment. Then he takes it away. He looks past me into the workshop and says softly, "Albert, your intern is here." I turn around again. The figure in the workshop pauses. The work stops. The bent back straightens slowly, very slowly. The wild head moves. Then he turns all the way around. Now I see his face. It is old. It is tired. But the eyes are bright. They look sharply. Albert Einstein looks at me. He says nothing. He smiles a little. Then he makes a small step toward me. Then another. He stops in front of me. He looks at me as if he has no hurry. Then he says calmly, "So you came?" His voice is soft. I swallow. I only nod. He smiles again. "Good," he says. Nothing more. He reaches out his hand to me. I take it carefully. His hand is warm. It feels calm. "Welcome," he says. I say softly, "Thank you." My voice sounds strange in my ears. He lets go of my hand. Then he looks briefly at the driver. "Thanks," he says. The man nods. Then he walks out quietly. The door closes. Now we are alone. Albert turns and walks back to his table. "Come," he says calmly. I walk slowly after him. Now I stand beside him. The room feels smaller, warmer. I smell oil. I smell metal. I hear a low hum. "Sit," he says and points to a stool. I sit down. The stool wobbles a little. I stay still. I watch. Albert bends over his work again. He picks up a tool. Then he sets it down. He thinks. For a long time. I hardly dare to breathe. Then I ask softly, "What should I do?" He looks at me. His eyes are friendly. "First," he says calmly, "you watch." I nod. I can do that. Time passes slowly. Albert works. He says little. Sometimes he mutters something. I do not understand everything. But I feel calm. My fear grows smaller. After a while, he looks at me again. "Do you have questions?" he asks. I think for a moment. Then I say honestly, "I do not know why I am here." He smiles, a bit wider. "That is good," he says. "Curiosity is a beginning." Then he turns back to his work. I sit there. I observe. I listen. I stay quiet. And I know that this day changes something inside me. Albert keeps working. I sit still. The room is quiet. I hear only a soft hum. My hands rest on my knees. I do not move. After a while, Albert puts the tool down. He looks at me. His look is calm. "You are very quiet," he says. I flinch for a second. Did I do something wrong? I shake my head. "I did not want to disturb," I say softly. Albert smiles slightly. "Silence does not disturb," he says. Then he pauses. Silence helps. The words stay in my head. I think about them. I say nothing. Albert looks at the table again. Then he asks, "Why did you write me?" His voice is calm. My stomach gets tight. I breathe in. "I must do an internship," I say. Then I pause. "And I am curious." I wait. I expect a laugh. It does not come. Albert nods slowly. "Curiosity is more important than knowledge," he says. I do not fully grasp that line, but it feels right. He points to a stack of paper. "Sort that," he says. "Not perfect. Just usable." I stand up. My legs feel steadier. I take the paper. My hands hardly shake now. There are lines on the pages, numbers, symbols. I understand nothing. Still I keep working, sheet by sheet, slowly. Suddenly a loud sound comes. Metal hits metal. I jump. My heart leaps. Albert is alert at once. He looks to the side. "Come," he says calmly. I follow him. Now I stand next to a machine. The air is warm. The light flickers. I feel fear. "Is this dangerous?" I ask softly. Albert bends forward. He turns something. The noise stops. The machine falls quiet. He exhales. "Not now," he says. I look at him. "What was that?" I ask. Albert thinks for a moment. Then he says, "Time." I frown. "Time," I repeat. He nods. "Time decides often faster than we do," he says. I do not understand it. Not yet. But I feel something. This place is different. This work is different, and I am not here by chance. I sit back on the stool. I breathe calmly. I watch. I watch Albert. The word stays in my head. Time. I do not get it. It sounds simple, but it feels heavy. I breathe in deep. Then I ask again. "What do you mean by time?" I say quietly. Albert looks at me calmly. He seems not surprised. He seems as if he heard this question many times. "Many people think time is only a clock," he says slowly. He picks up a small clock from the table. It is old. It ticks softly. "This clock shows time," he says. Then he holds it in his hand for a moment. But it does not explain time. He sets it down again. I look at the clock. Then I look at him. "Time feels different," he continues. "It is not always the same." I knit my brow. I want to understand. "When you are afraid," he says, "1 minute is very long." I nod at once. My stomach tightens for a moment. "When you are waiting," he says, "time hardly moves." I think about school, about tests, about long hours. "When you are curious," he adds, "time runs." I think about this morning, about the drive, about the workshop. Albert glances out the window for a second, then back at me. "Time is not the same for everyone," he says, "and not the same for everything." I breathe calmly. "Why not?" I ask. He thinks for a moment. "Because motion changes time," he says. "And thought does too." I look at him with a question. If something moves very fast, he says, time passes differently. I understand only a little, but I listen closely. For you, time feels normal, he says. For something fast, it feels different. He pauses. That is relativity, he says softly. The word is new to me. It sounds big. I say nothing. Albert points toward the machine. Here too, he says. Time decides. I look at the cables, at the light. And if someone misses the moment, I ask carefully. Albert grows serious. His look is calm but firm. Then it becomes dangerous, he says. My heart beats faster. I swallow. Not everything forgives time, he adds. Sometimes it will not wait. I nod slowly. I feel respect. Albert breathes deep. Then he stands up. Today you only watch, he says calmly, and let time pass. I feel relief. I nod. I sit back on the stool. I sit upright. I do not move. Albert keeps working. He is calm. His movements are slow. The machine hums softly. The light no longer flickers. I hear every sound. I smell oil and metal. Time feels different now. Not fast, not slow. It is simply there. And I wonder how time will feel tomorrow. I sit on the stool and watch. I say nothing. Albert keeps working calmly. His movements are slow, very slow. I think time hardly moves. Then I notice something. My body is relaxed. My mind is quiet. I no longer think about school. I do not think about tomorrow. I do not think about myself. I look at the clock on the wall. It has moved. More than expected. I blink. The light in the room feels different, warmer, deeper. I flinch for a moment. Time has passed. A lot of time. I do not know how. Albert puts a tool away. He looks up. So late already, he says calmly. I feel a small smile inside. He was right. Time has flown. At that moment, the door opens. The driver steps in. He stops. He looks at Albert. It is time, he says softly. Albert nods. Good, he says. Then he looks at me. That is enough for today. I stand up. My legs feel light. My head is clear. We walk outside. The air is cool. The sky is brighter than I thought. I get back into the car. The door closes softly. The ride back feels shorter. Much shorter. I look out the window. The road slides by. I think about the room, about the stool, about the words on time. Lights shine in the house at home. My parents are waiting. When I enter, they stand up at once. Their faces look relieved. We were worried, my mom says. Tell us, my dad says. I sit down. I think for a moment. Then I tell the truth. We talked a lot about time. My parents look at each other. And besides that? My dad asks. I shrug slightly. Otherwise, I sat on a stool and watched. Silence. My mom frowns. All day? She asks. I nod. My dad laughs briefly. Not in anger, only unsure. That sounds strange, he says. I say nothing more. I only smile a little. Inside me, everything feels right. Perfectly calm. I know they do not need to understand. I know it had to be this way. I go to bed later. My body is tired. My mind is calm. I think about tomorrow, and I feel happy. The days keep passing. They no longer feel new. They feel familiar. I know the way. I know the smell. I know the stool. Each morning I sit there. I watch. Albert works, or he waits, or he thinks, sometimes all at once. We keep talking about time, never long, never exact, but often, very often. The right moment, he says one day. Too early is wrong, he says another day. Too late is dangerous, he says again. This word stays. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Then I look at the machine. It stands quietly, but it does not feel quiet. Cables run inside it. Marks are everywhere. Clocks hang on the wall. several. None shows the same time. Albert waits very long, often. Then he moves suddenly, fast, precise, only for seconds. Then silence again. I start to understand, not with words, with feeling. This machine is not normal. It is not only technology. It is not only thought. It is something with time, with moments, with motion. I do not say it out loud. I do not ask. But the thought is there, stronger each day. It is a time machine. Not like people imagine, not loud, not big, but quiet, precise, dangerous. I see how Albert looks at the clocks, how he waits, how he breathes, how he feels the moment. If he hits the wrong moment, something happens. I know that. He does not say it often. But when he does, his voice is calm and hard at once. Then it becomes very dangerous, he says once. I nod. I do not ask why. I know I should not understand yet. Time moves faster each day. In the morning I sit on the stool. Then suddenly it is evening. The driver comes, always calm, always wordless. At home, my parents wait. They ask, I answer, always the same. We talked about time. I watched. They smile, they doubt, they do not understand. But that is okay. I know what I see, I know what I feel, I know Albert works on something that touches time itself. Not to control it, not to change it, but to understand it. And while I lie in bed at night, I no longer think about the beginning. I no longer think about how it all started. I think about tomorrow, about the stool, about the machine, about time, and I know that I must be right there. The last week starts. I feel it at once. Something is in the air. The ride feels heavy. The driver is quieter than usual. I look out the window. Fields slide by, but my mind is elsewhere. I enter the workshop. The smell is there. Oil, metal, dust. The light is on, but Albert is not here. That is new. That feels wrong. I stop. I hear nothing. No hum, no steps, only silence. I walk slowly to my stool. I sit. The wood is cold. I place my hands on my knees. I wait. Time moves slowly, very slowly. Every second feels heavy. I look at the door. Nothing happens. Then, suddenly, the door opens. Albert rushes in, fast and hectic. His jacket hangs crooked. His hair is wild. His face is pale. His eyes are red. He looks like he has not slept for nights. He stops for a moment. He looks at me. His look is urgent and restless. "Come with me," he says at once. I stand up. My heart beats hard. "Do you want to finally understand?" he asks. I swallow. I nod. He turns and walks quickly, not to the bench, not to the small machine. He heads to the door at the end. That door was always closed, every day, without exception. He opens it. Warm air hits me. A deep hum fills the room. We step inside. The room is big, much bigger than anything I have seen here. The ceiling is high. The walls are full of cables. Clocks hang everywhere, big ones, small ones, old ones, new ones. None shows the same time. And in the center stands the machine. Not small, not quiet. It is huge. 3 times bigger than the other. Metal plates shine. Lights blink slowly. A deep tone fills the air. I can hardly breathe. Albert stops. He looks at the machine for a long time. Then he looks at me. "This is it," he says calmly. I say nothing. My head is empty. "This is what I work on," he adds. "For many years." He walks a few steps closer. His voice becomes faster. "Everything you saw was preparation." I feel fear. My hands shake. "Today," he whispers, "the moment may come." "Which moment?" I ask. My voice is very soft. Albert looks straight at me. "The moment when time can open," he says. My body turns cold. "I believe," he continues, "that today travel through time is possible." I step back. If I miss the moment, he says calmly, I will likely die. My heart beats wildly. Maybe not only me, he says. Maybe more. He glances at the machine, then back at me. Maybe the whole Earth. I feel dizzy. Then stop, I whisper. Albert slowly shakes his head. I cannot, he says. He breathes in deep. Time is more than you think, he says. It is not a tool. He lays a hand on the machine. Time rules the universe. The clocks tick, each one different. The room feels alive. If you play with time, he says softly, you can destroy everything. I feel pure fear. It sits deep. It presses on my chest. But, he says, if no one tries, we will never understand. He looks at me. His look is calm and determined. And I must do it, he says. I stand there, small, silent, full of fear. And I know this day will end differently than all the days before. Suddenly everything happens very fast, much too fast. The lamps on the machine begin to glow, first faint, then bright, very bright. The room fills with light. Albert moves in a hurry. His calm is gone. His eyes are sharp. His voice is loud. Listen, he says quickly. You must watch the gauges. I understand almost nothing. My heart races. My hands are cold. Albert points at levers, at switches, at one display. When the light turns red, he says, you wait. He looks at me hard. When it turns yellow, he says, you act at once. I nod. I am very afraid. Albert turns around. He walks to the machine, the big one, the open one. Albert, I say. My voice trembles. What do I do if something goes wrong? He stops for a moment. Then he looks at me. Trust time, he says. Then he steps inside the machine. The door closes. My breath stops. I am alone. The lights grow stronger. Sounds start to rise, deep, loud. The clocks begin to spin. Not the same. Never the same. A siren starts to howl. My head pounds. I look at the gauges. Green, yellow, green. Then I smell something. Smoke. A spark jumps. Something starts to burn. Flames shoot up. No, I whisper. From inside I hear Albert's voice. Something is wrong, he shouts. My body freezes. 10 seconds more, he screams. I look around wildly. My thoughts are empty. I do not know what to do. The display jumps to yellow. I remember his words. Do not think. Feel. I grab a lever. Not sure. Only by feeling. I pull it. The siren grows louder. The flames rise higher. 5, Albert yells. 4. 3. The light suddenly dims. 2. I hold my breath. 1. Then silence. All lights go out. All sounds vanish. No blinking. No humming. Only silence. I stand there. My legs shake. My heart pounds loud. Albert, I call. No answer. I wait. Seconds. Minutes. Nothing. Time feels heavy. Very heavy. I sit on the floor. I keep waiting. My fear grows. An hour passes. Maybe more. I do not know. My hands shake. I rise slowly. I walk to the machine. My steps are slow, careful. Albert, I say again. No answer. With trembling hands, I open the door. The space inside is empty. Albert is not there. I stare inside. My head is empty. My stomach knots. What on earth has happened? I still stand in front of the open machine. My head is empty. My stomach tightens. I feel sick. My legs feel weak. Did it work? Has Albert traveled through time? Is he somewhere else now, or is he dead? Questions come. Many questions. No answers. I walk back to the workshop slowly. Every step feels strange. The air is quiet. Too quiet. The light is as always. Then I see something. Someone is there. Bent forward, with his back to me, just like on the first day. A curved back. A wild head of hair. My heart stops. Albert! I shout loudly. The person jumps. He turns around fast. The eyes are awake, confused. "Who are you?" he asks. "How did you get in here?" I stare at him. My world breaks. "Albert," I say. "It's me." He looks at me closely. "I don't know you," he says calmly. My breath speeds up. "I'm your intern," I say. "Don't you remember?" Albert frowns, then he shakes his head. "Intern?" he asks. "The internship starts only tomorrow." He looks toward the door. "Did the driver pick you up today already?" I feel dizzy. "Today?" I ask softly. "Yes," he says. "Today." I step back one step. "I have been here a month," I say. Albert looks at me for a long time. A very long time. He says nothing. Then he asks quietly, "Did you just come out of the room with the closed door?" I nod. My voice shakes. I tell him everything. About the big machine, about the lights, about the siren, about how he went inside, about how he disappeared. Albert listens, silent, without interrupting me. When I finish, he says nothing. Then tears break from him, sudden, quiet, real. He sits down. He holds his head in his hands. He cries. In that moment, I understand. Albert did not travel through time. I did. I traveled to the past. One day before the start of my internship. My heart races, my thoughts explode. How do I explain this to my parents? How do I explain this to the school? How do I explain my disappearance? Then it becomes clear to me. Nothing will be normal again. Albert stands up. He walks slowly to me. He puts his arms around me. Firm. Safe. "You are not an intern anymore," he says softly. I look at him. "In your reality, you did not finish the internship," he says. "In my reality, you have not even begun it." He smiles sadly. "But you showed me something no one else has seen." He puts a hand on my shoulder. "I will hire you." As an assistant. I breathe in deep. I do not know what will come tomorrow. I do not know how to explain this. But I know one thing. My life just changed forever. And it all began with a letter.